So, I mean, I'm going to say first off, this as well. Pistons are in a great spot.
Yeah.
So I think what we have to do is just maximize this. I think that fifth pick, obviously, we would have wanted to have a higher pick, but that's what we're stuck with. And I still think we can get a phenomenal player with that pick.
Yeah.
I still think Ivy and Keegan Murray have to be top of that list, in my personal opinion. I am personally glad that the Shaedon Sharpe thing has seemed to have cooled off a little bit. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, and I wish him all the luck.
Yeah.
It would suck for him to go to a couple picks after us and for him to be what they say. But I don't know if that's a gamble that we can afford to take at this current team right now.
Right.
If there's an 80% chance that he is below average and a 20% chance that he's Ja Morant, I don't think we should take that. Versus a guy who a Keegan Murray or a Jaden Ivey, who I don't anticipate them being a bust or a bad player in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
They're going to be solid NBA players. Their 20-point a game in the Big Ten shows that.
Yeah.
So, I think that's more so what we have to do is continue to build around the future all-star type player or all-star player that we have with Cade. As far as Jeremy Grant goes, I'm not in a rush to get rid of him. I still think we should do the right thing. If he's on the squad heading into November, heading into the season around, November time, I don't know if that's the worst thing for us because it's an expiring contract and it'll be a waiting game to see, I'm not wishing injuries on people, but it's a waiting game to see who goes down or who needs just that one additional piece and then kind of play that game and use it to your advantage mid-season and also figure out what you need.
Yep.
I think there's going to be a lot of changes between the draft and free agency. And so maybe you give it 20, 25 games and realize kind of what we need on our own squad and use it that way. So I'm not in a rush to get rid of him. I want to make sure that we maximize him as well, as far as he's a good young piece and could easily be a focal point on a playoff run team. So I just don't know if that's going to happen with us.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I agree with all that. I mean, for me, it's just play it safe. It's not necessary for any, home run swings or trying to, just go after some star. You got to just stay within. I just feel like just stay within what they're doing now. I mean, you've seen Cade, you've seen Sadiq, you've seen Stewart, you've seen Livers. You know what you have. There's no reason to be trying to, just kind of throw them kids out away just for, like a Brad Beal. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody that might not even want to be there to begin with. I think it's important, to keep the kids there just because they got drafted by Detroit. So they're going to obviously want to be loyal to Detroit. They the one that took a chance on them. So I just feel like, it's good to be mindful of the chemistry and everything. And when it comes to the draft, I mean, safe pick. I think it's two of those Big Ten guys are there. You just can't really go against that. I'm a pretty big Mathurin fan. I mean, it might be a little bit of reach, at least what they say or what they've been saying as far as just some mock drafts I've seen and such. But yeah, I think this is one of the rare situations, even how the draft unfolds most years. I mean, you usually got a lot of freshmen, it's kind of like raw, just super athletic, just kind of coming in, that top 10. But you got three guys that are kind of in that top 5, that 5 to 10 range that a couple of years under their belt shoot pretty well and just very seasoned players. So I think if they can, I think one of them guys would be the icing on the cake. I think regardless of, which one it is, I think either of them, they could definitely get us to where we want to be in a couple of years. And I think it's in that play-in, in that bottom 8. Just looking and just trying to get to contender status.
Yeah. And I would say, I'm excited for the idea of, Ivy, Cade, Bay, Bagley, Ayton. Something like that. I think we are looking, and I'm kind of decided that I do think we're going to go out and spend some money on Ayton. More I read, I think that's something we're going to do. So I guess I'm just going to have to try to, beat that into my head prematurely. But I do think that is an exciting team. That's a team that can make some noise. That team better be at least in the play-in, or I think we made the wrong decision somewhere. And that's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think if our lineup looks something like that, obviously minus injuries, things along those lines, and we're sitting around at 7 more wins than we got this year at like 30 and 52 or something, I'm like, damn, what happened? So I think that's something that we need to, if you make those moves, you need to be knocking at the door of in the playoffs. So
yeah,
and
I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, and I think, I don't know too, we always get a little pessimistic around Ayton, but it could go the exact opposite. He could just not like the environment he was in and come out killing. And it could definitely work out in our favor. But yeah, like I said, we'll kind of see what happens and what unfolds. I wouldn't hate it. It would just kind of be like, why didn't they sign him?
Yeah.
We
kept the books clean.
Yeah.
Obviously, we take off maybe to play in or play off and move in like a play in type of team. But I wouldn't be mad at that either, because I think we're in a good spot. And then it's just kind of we're choosing to let this talent grow versus trying to throw in something to make it work right now, which I don't think is a bad decision either. But I'm kind of thinking that they're going to want to expedite this process a little bit. And like we said before, maybe use Jeremy Grant as a bait with that, something along those lines where we can eat into some of that contract, and then it's kind of a player for a player, and then I guess it's not as bad. If you're going to get rid of him anyway, you might as well bring in a top 5 center in the league. One of our people in the comments said he'd be the number 2 center in the East. So, when you look at it from that point of view.
Okay.
With the rookie of the year. Oh no, yeah. So
no, for real though. Okay, yeah, all right. We'll see. I mean, I'll even just hear
him. He'd be up there for Embiid, Bam, and him.
Yeah. I'm just even too. You bring it up like him for Jeremy Grant. I mean, that'd be.
Yeah, you might have to throw in another Killian Hayes, Isaiah Livers or something, but yeah, something along that line could happen. And then it's not, then I feel a lot better about it, really.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, and I think as far as here, man, we'll look to just put together some stuff as far as.
Yeah, I think next podcast we're going to come up with a little more, try to do a mock draft 2.0.
Yep.
Look at maybe, and I'm sure things will heat up a little bit as far as who's clear-cut favorites. And we've looking here, and I've seen Chet fall down further than I've seen him fall for the last. I've never seen him outside of the top 2 spots, and he was just at 3rd. So, hopefully he's gone before we get there because we would probably take him. But and then I would end this podcast. And
no, I think we're in a good spot. So I'm just trying to be optimistic.
Right. I'm being optimistic too, but if Chet's there, did we take him?
I don't think we should, but they probably would.
I agree, but we would send that card in so fast.
Oh my gosh, they'd be
But no,
Weaver at the podium talking like, I got this, don't worry.
But no, I think overall, Detroit basketball, we in a great spot. And it's an exciting time, man. We're almost
up and up. Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else for the peoples?
That's all we got. So we got more draft coverage coming. Looking forward to some good finals games, and draft will be here before you know it. So
yes, sir. Peace. We'll be back.
Till next time.